blood. An ally has been slain. Ally has been slain. Enemy killing. An ally has been slain. Enemy rampage. Enemy killing. Shut down. Enemy double. Enemy rampage. Enemy double. The enemy has slain Lord.
Doesn't it seem like whenever you play in solo rank, there is always one or more teammates that have no map awareness and it seems like they are playing a completely different game? Well, I'm about to share with you guys some very advanced tips that you can use whenever you get this kind of teammates. They don't work all the time, but when they do, they truly make the difference. As you saw from the intro, in this game we are going to have a not so experienced Thamus who will end up feeding their carry Granger and not once participated in an important team fight. And that's pretty normal that you encounter these kind of teammates. They just lack the experience, and we were all like that at some point. But I will show you guys how you can actually use these kind of players to your advantage, so be prepared to have your mind blown away. Okay, I admit it, I'm overhyping this video a little bit, because I want you guys to watch till the end, but I'm really going to show you guys some very nice tips and tricks. Thamus already gave away the first blood. Good, all according to plan to make this video. This is the recommended build and emblem setup for Hanabi. Four of the enemies came to the bottom lane, even Grog, who was supposed to be in the top lane, but I guess he noticed Granger would be more than fine soloing Thamus, who is not very experienced in the game. That's a very smart move by their tank. Thamus, who has very low HP, is attempting to fight Granger again. Even though I messed up my ultimate, Lolita was still able to follow up. Good Lolita. Whenever the enemies are distracted in other lanes, make sure to use the opportunity to push your lane. Thamus fed the Granger once again. Now their marksman is way ahead of me, but don't panic, just keep farming and play smart. Remember, whenever the enemies are distracted, use the opportunity to take objective. Now that we are able to secure 2 turrets, we are not that far behind from the enemy's carry. When you see that the enemies have used a lot of their ultimates, that's the ultimate green light. Go and kill them all. So even though we got some kills, we are not that ahead at all. Their carry has been getting a lot of extra gold. I was reading the chat and I completely forgot to look at the respawn time, a mistake that I had to pay with my life. When you see that your carry is taking the red buff, don't engage in a full team fight. The red buff makes a huge difference for a lot of marksmen. That's what I like to see. The enemies are having an internal bickering, even though they are definitely winning. People underestimate the importance of morale in the team. As you can see, the enemy's grog is pretty decent, and when the enemy's tank is decent, that makes the game a lot more difficult. A good carry is not that scary, but a good tank is terrifying. Here I'm starting to see the enemy's pattern, especially their tank and Gusion. They just want my nuts. But unfortunately, no nuts for them. If you see that you are the focus of attention, reposition yourself first and wait for the right timing. But unfortunately, there was no right timing here, because our inexperienced player decided to chase without paying attention to the map. Our Alice was at the bottom lane, clearing the wave, so we are basically fighting a 4v5, and also they are way more farmed than us. There are still 4 of my teammates in the top lane, when the lore is pushing the middle lane. That reminds me of school, when they assign you in a group project, and only 1 or 2 students finish the entire thing. Good old days. Maybe school was preparing you mentally to carry your teammates in Mobile Legends. Don't walk in a straight line, sidestep the bullets. How about liking the video and subscribing to help me forget about those times when I had to do a group project. Even though Mobile Legends, from time to time, it feels very similar to that. I started to see a pattern in Thamus as well. He just likes to keep split pushing and do his own thing. He doesn't care if he dies, and he doesn't care about his team. Soon, I will show you guys how you can use that kind of information to your advantage. Look, once again, Thamus just keeps split pushing, and I'm not saying this is the wrong play, just a pattern that I noticed, and soon I will use that to my maximum advantage. When you get Maleficent Roar, the penetration item, don't be afraid to attack their tanks, you still inflict a good amount of damage. Nana and Gusion are defending the bottom lane, they seem to be very aware of Thamus' split push, keep that in mind. Okay, here's the moment when I'm going to use Thamus' inexperience to my full advantage. Here you can see it's a 4v4, Alice and Ruby are dead. Then, why did I decide to attack the Lord at this moment? Well, by looking at the map and knowing that Thamus will keep pushing no matter what, and most likely Gusion and Nana are very aware of that, that clearly tells me that at least one or two of the enemies will defend that lane. And remember how I kept poking Grog? Now he's not in full HP. So in the worst case scenario, it's going to be a 3v3 with a weakened Grog. It's a high risk, high reward play that I had to take if I wanted to have a better chance at winning the game. Here you can see that I'm pulling the Lord, so even if someone is in the bush, they cannot see the HP of the Lord, and if they want to check, they have to show themselves. Thamus died, but he completed his mission without him knowing it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked.
Rafaela was caught off guard once again, but the fight is still not lost. You can see my whole team is right there. However, Alice and Thamus had no intention to join the team fight. All he wants is to split push. Well, at least I managed to kill 2 of them. Yup, Thamus is playing a completely different game. Some of you guys requested me to make a video on how to win when your teammates are very inexperienced. Well, it's basically the same as doing a group project. You have to do your best, and with my tips and tricks, they might make it more doable. It's a 3v5 right now. I'm telling my teammates to retreat and wait for the right timing. You can see that Grok always wants my nuts. Pay very close attention to my positioning here. Ruby tried to ult me, but when Hanabi's have full HP and her shield is active, she's immune to crowd control. It was a 4v3 fight, but thanks to my positioning, we came on top of that fight. As a marksman, you always want to position in a way that you are in no danger, while at the same time you can still attack, because if you're too scared and not attack at all, then there won't be any damage coming from your team. And I have seen a lot of players who are extremely coward when they are playing the marksman role. You have to be a puss when you're playing marksman, but be a smart puss. 2 of my teammates are trying to push top, and I saw 3 of the enemies moving towards the Lord, so I'm going to attack the Lord once and see if they take the bait. At this point, I already know the enemy's pattern, especially of Grok and Gusion. You can see how they're still chasing my nuts, so let's reposition first and wait for the right time to engage. Well, our Thamus died once again, no surprise there. We are always down in numbers whenever there's a team fight. But if your positioning and in-game decisions are good, then you can outplay the enemies. What a naughty game. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe.